Okay. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Welcome to today's SD. Today's topic is policy and governance, and I would like teams to introduce themselves.
Okay, so hi everyone. I am Rushabh. I am coach of Team Compass.
Hello everyone, my name is Devanchana. I am the part of Team Compass.
Hi everyone, this is Nandini and I'm part of Team Compass.
Hello everyone.
Hello
This is
everyone.
Vibhor. Hello everyone. This is Vibhor Mehra. I'm the coach of Team Niti Vikas and I'm a business growth analyst at Deep Thought.
Hello everyone. This is Pratik Raj from the team Niti Vikas.
Hello everyone, this is Disha Tarukar from Team Niti Vikas.
Hello, everyone. I'm the moderator of today's SD. I'm Niputa.
Hello everyone, I am the co-moderator of today's SD. I am Aditya Chauhan.
Thank you, everyone. Which team like to go first?
Okay, we will go first.
Okay. Team Compass. Why you have given the team name Compass, and would you like to give 1 minute pitch?
Okay, so we chose this name, Team Compass, because as Compass is supposed to direct everyone, give the direction to everyone. So what we think that these policies and governance also do the same kind of thing. They also direct organizations and societies, right? So now, in our speech, we will be answering few questions like, why we need policies and governance. What is the importance of, writing and fixing some kind of rules, policies, imposing over all other, imposing those on the organizations and societies. Plus, we'll also discuss some of the examples, real life examples of how policies could solve some problems. So why do we need policies in organizations and governance in society, right? So policies could work like a guiding map. They could help whole organizations stay aligned, right? And governance is something which imposes fairness uh, over the organizations or over the society. It creates a sense of equality, so there is no misuse of authority or power over there. For example, there are traffic lights to guide all the vehicles, prevent accidents and everything. uh, Governance is supposed to prevent chaos in society, right? Then the second question is, why do we codify laws and policies? So that is very important to write down the law and fix it, impose it over the people's all the people equally. That also build some kind of trust over the people that okay, we all have the same standards, like somewhat like that LBW rule in the cricket, right? There are just we have to analyze some kind of situation and conditions. There is no gap for any any gaps, right? Over to Devanjana.
Thank you, Rishabh. So when you talk about governance, there are two dimensions. First one is representation. So it is basically a structure, formal framework. It contains written laws, constitution, and guidelines. Basically, the rule book of cricket. On the other hand, rules don't work alone until and unless it is properly implemented, wisely implemented, and interpreted by the courts, institution, and leaders, striking a balance between structure and feasibility and flexibility. Next slide, please. Now, beyond rules, policy come into play. So basically, policies are the broader ground of aspect. So basically, it helps us having shaping our decisions when rules can't answer everything. So, for instance, Nehru's vision for IITs and IIMs majorly focused on higher education. For nation building. On the other hand, schemes like Mid-day Meal and all majorly brought up the support and respond to livelihood and equality. So now over to Nandini.
Team Compass, you have 30 seconds left.
Yeah, thank you so much, Devanjana. Well, I will make it quick. Policies also help simplify big complicated problems like the climate crisis. Like it's too big to handle, right? But through policies, government turn it into smaller steps. Let it be renewable energy programs or carbon taxes. It's like breaking a big puzzle into smaller, solvable pieces. Final and concluding slide, please. So if we think about it, rules tell us what to do, policies explain us why we do it, and governance makes sure everyone follows it fairly. Without policies, people lose direction, and let's say without governance, system lose balance. And so yeah, that would be all. And like our name says, Team Compass believes policies and governance keep everyone moving in the right direction. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Team Compass, for your speech. Now, I would like Team Niti Vikas to ask questions.
Yes, so I would like to ask a question to the Team Compass that what do you think that is more influential for building a nation? Is it its policies or is it its values?
Values incorporated into policies. Like if you're designing policies, it should have some values in it.
Okay. So only the top management is allowed to make the policies or make the rules, or does it take into account the whole team or the workforce at the lower levels also?
Yes, I think that there absolutely should be some kind of system that all the publics, all the employees or society's opinion would be definitely included in this policy making. But I don't think that everybody should have that power that they can make their own rules. There will be much more chaos. I think the appointed and qualified authority could be better at making these policies.
Okay.
I want to add on one more thing that higher authorities have the bird's eyes vision. So they can actually look after for the broader aspects. So based on their opinions as well, they can come up to the conclusion of what they should do and how the policies and structure should be formed.
What if the workforce or the people at the lower level do not follow whatever the policies or rules that you have made? How will you tackle that, or how will you cater to the needs of those people?
I think hear their perspective out, have a panel discussion, see where they're coming from. So, that would ensure fairness. So both the opinions can like op- like that's what democracy is, right? Like when the opinions will come and we can see the bigger picture that will help us to decide.
Okay, we have to make a connect with them in whatever we are telling them or asking them. Yes, this policy will help you in this way. That's what it's saying. Okay.
Yes, and also, policies are always made for the betterment of any organizations or the societies, right? So, I mean, first they are made like this, keeping this all betterment of the society and organization in mind. Plus, there is a governance which will impose that across all, right? So that's how a whole system kind of thing works.
All right. Thank you, Rishabh.
Okay, so why is governance compared to checking and guiding rather than controlling?
Okay, we could look at it like a different way. You know, governance and policies both have their own like thing. Policies are certain kind of uh, rules that are made, and governance is like more of a imposing that, implementing that rule across, right? So these both things have their own purpose. So like that's I think a better perspective to view it.
Okay, so how could a general employee could get to know that the governance is good for them or not bad for them? Like you said that imposing. So imposing sometimes feel like a bad word. So that could I know that why it is imposing and not other thing?
Okay. Okay. Imposing might be a hard word, but But I just wanted to, express that governance is how you manage those policies on the employees or the society, right? Like that is what governance mean. And policies are the rules which are supposed to, which are people in organization or in society which are supposed to follow.
Thank you.
Any more questions?
One question, like, can too many rules can slow down the innovation of the organization? Like, as rules can slow down the innovation in the company if we are creating too many rules and or policies.
I don't think so. Like stressing on too many, as long as the people have freedom and it's not hindering their freedom and allowing them to work in the parameters and grow, as long as it's happening, it's not hindering the growth. But yeah, if it's being too much limited in scope, then maybe the scope is being reduced to grow further.
Okay, Nandini, I have one more question for you. Do you think rules should be improvised on like places where like people need to research and people need to actually think creatively?
Can you explain a bit better the question? I couldn't hear you
Like
actually.
supposedly there's like social media marketing. There's actually like people need to think creatively. Do you think there should be a specific rules for that as well?
Yeah, as in there in social media marketing, there are community standards, right? Like some rules which you cannot which are mandatory. It shouldn't be offensive. It shouldn't be hurting anyone's sentiments. So those rules exist there for a reason, and but it still gives people freedom to explore more.
For my question, Nandini. Team Niti Vikas, if you have any other questions.
I guess that would be all from my side.
Okay, that was amazing, guys. So, team, let's switch back to Team Niti Vikas, guys. So, who is the coach?
Oh yeah, I'm the coach. Yeah.
Okay, Vibhu, I would really love to know why you named your team Niti Vikas. And also, you can, whenever you're ready, you can start your pitch. You have 3 minutes to pitch.
Yes, yes, yes. Just yes. So is it visible? Is the presentation visible?
Yes.
Yes. So we are Team Niti Vikas, and Niti means a principle or policy, and Vikas means growth and development. So together we have Niti Vikas, which means achieving growth by having good policies and good principles. So my team will ensure how simple, fair, and thoughtful rules can actually lead to better decisions and better progress. So yeah, we'll have Disha now.
Yeah. So in many organization, like if anything is just said or not written, so maybe people can forget it and they will maybe they will going to misunderstand the things. So that's why we document all the rules like companies' policies or also employee handbook. So everyone knows that what to follow. So but here is that, but even when all the things are written, but still we can't predict that in every situation that it is being followed properly. So that's why where the all managers and team leaders step in to check and to review, to interpret the whole process, and which make the whole decision fair enough. And because like having both written guidelines and also the human judgment keep the workplace more organized, more structured, and adaptable. Moving to next slide. When an organization set policies, so they come from certain values. So values, it can be like the safety or fairness, equality. So these values shape how the team works. For example, if a company might create a flexible work policies to support employees mental health. So here the thing is that this particular thought process is not coming randomly. So it is reflecting the company's culture, company's value, that what people actually need today. So when policies are based on clear values, so the whole organization can work in more better way, and people are also able to trust the system more. Over to you, Pratyuk.
So every rule we create tells a part of the story. The real power lies in how we apply it in real life. Like a simple rule like respecting others can mean many things depending on how it is understood. So when representation and interpretation work in harmony, governance becomes humane, flexible, and fair. It turns words on paper into actions that build trust. So can we move to the next slide? Okay, so policies are more than the guidelines. They express what we truly believe in. Each rule reflects values like justice, equality, or you can say sustainability. When a school promotes equal opportunity or bans plastic, it is shaping character, not just enforcing order. Strong policies give direction with purpose and remind us that growth means nothing without the values. Can we move to the next slide? Thank you.
Okay,
So
great.
policies help.
Yes, yes, Pratik, please continue.
Okay, okay. So I will say policies help us to bring problems into steps we can handle. They take something complex like the climate change or bullying and turn into the clear actions that people can follow. So this structure give us focus, accountability, and all we can say hope. Well-designed policy does not solve problems, but it also creates a culture of steady and meaningful progress. Over to you, Vipul.
You have 20 seconds, Vibhor.
Yes. So, just to conclude, policies are the bigger vision or the entire plan, and rules are just the complex. Rules are just the smaller bits that follow that vision. And governance is checking and the guidance and execution of whether those rules are being followed in a correct manner or not. Together, will we have fairness, safety, and smooth functioning for an organization to grow and sustain in a better way. Takeaway: policy without governance is a no dream without action, and governance without policy is just a control without no vision. Thank you, guys. And this was Team Niti Vikas for the topic policy and governance.
Thank you, Team Niti Vikas. Team Compass, I think you have some questions for them. You can start whenever you want.
Okay. I I would like to understand that how policies and governance collectively make a particular organization's working culture or environment. Can you please little elaborate on that? Like if you have some example or something.
Sure. So basically, here policy is working like a rule book where all people have a clarity regarding the roles and responsibilities, what to do, how to do, and what should not to do. So here, policy is working that way. And when it comes for governance, here, team leaders or micro leaders or project managers, they are playing a role to review the whole process. Is the compliance of those processes and execution is happening properly or not. So in this way, if both of the people are working properly in a correct way, so the proper execution of the process and the implementations of all those policies which we written in the our rule book, if the team can able to follow it, and because of that, the whole execution becoming more like smooth for the team, and they can able to achieve their growth.
Team Niti Vikas, please keep your answers concise. And Rishabh, did Disha answer your question?
Yes, yes, that did answer my question. But follow-up kind of question that there are so many toxic environment, work culture present. We hear all the time that okay, corporate guys are very well fed up with these kind of things. So like, what kind of policies leads to this, over very hard governance, very strict rules or something like that. So like what we can do to avoid those kind of policies or culture, right?
So,
Vikas, did you get Rishabh's question?
yeah.
Can you
So,
Like, did you understand Rishabh's question, or do you want Rishabh to repeat?
refine it more?
Okay. Okay. So, as we just understood that how policies define a particular organization's culture, right? Environment, right? So, like, I want to, overall, I want to understand like what is the difference between properly implementing this kind of culture versus there are so many toxic work cultures, like, right? So, like, how we could keep in mind while making these kind of policies and rules for organization, what we keep in mind while making this.
I guess there should be a proper review every week or maybe every month while all the activities are being checked or tracked by the management in the organization. Like we have here in DT, we have the micro leaders which are responsible for the work done by the members in the team, and then we have the team leaders which are responsible for every uh, uh, every lab and in check for the micro leaders, and then there is like higher authority like maybe Mariata or maybe Artu or maybe Tarun, which with themselves keep in check whether the team leads or entire teams or labs are in working properly or not, whether like is anyone breaking the rules or not. So like they keep in check everything.
Okay, Vibhor, I have a follow-up question for you.
Yes.
You said that we need a weekly review. So don't you think like reviewing everyone weekly would actually cause the wastage of resources? And don't you think like a good policy don't doesn't need a review?
No, I think it needs a review, but the review needs to be more decentralized. The micro leaders maybe must be reviewing the members. Like there should not be one person responsible for reviewing everyone. Reviews can happen maybe weekly or maybe daily itself by like being decentralized by the micro leaders or maybe the other members in your team. That would not cause a lot of wastage of resources at one point of time.
You answer my question. Team Compass, over to you.
I think in one of the pitch, I have listened that how values are shaping the policies. So what if there are conflict of values?
My, according to me, policies are made in response to the everyone's values. So if I'm making any values, I have to respect the other one's values too. Sorry, if I'm making any policies, I have to make sure that each of every values could be respected by that policy. And it also matters why how we are governing them to the lower levels. So in my opinion, if there is a conflict regarding to the policies and values, so values principles are not that much enough. So I have to review it every time, as Vibhorji is mentioned about that. We have to review it every time, every week, so that the values could not conflict with the policies.
How can we do that?
By mentioning everyone values, by mentioning everyone their point of views, and just summarize it onto the next level, and we can do that by this.
Yes, Nandini, we can have some frameworks which include like whatever values you're telling me, or whatever the people have, whatever values various people have, or maybe the conflicting values, and we can have a round table and have a committee or a meeting that decides, yeah, these values are at the top priority that are needed by our organization or will be helpful in the benefit or maybe the profit of the organizations. And yes, these will be the most influential or most contributing in our growth or the success that we shall have. And yes, by that we can select only those values or the highest priority ones that can be selected and shall be implemented afterwards.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Any more questions in Compass?
Okay. Let's assume that there are several policies made for some kind of companies, growth, betterment, and everything, right? But if that company is needing governance to, to make sure that the employees and everyone is following them. So, and same case in our country's government, all the policies are made for betterment of society and everything. So do you think that need of this hard kind of governance somewhere say that these policies are not good?
Could you please reframe the question once again?
Okay.
थोड़ा सा small.
Okay. uh, Assume that there are certain policies made for betterment of society, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But a need of law enforcement very often doesn't
Mm-hmm.
tell you that these policies are not, maybe not in public's
Favor.
favor or
Yeah.
betterment.
Okay.
Same in organization also, if there is a need of constant review and telling your employees that okay, this is not happening, this is not good. So doesn't that mean that our policies maybe lack something?
Yes, yes, it may mean that, and we can have a review on that, and then we can amend or maybe modify the existing policy. There's no stoppage or no barrier in that. We can always have a review, and then we can always check that whether the existing policy is making an impact or not. And like by looking at the stats or maybe the whatever is being done and the actual implementation, we can modify it. There is no barrier or no stoppage that only the existing policy can work or no other policy cannot change this. We always can have a modification or an amendment. Like we have many amendments in the maybe our whatever the
Keep
Indian
your answers
constitution.
concise, Team Nitivikas, please. Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah. We always have amendments in the constitution and the laws and rules that we have in India. We can have amendments.
Hmm. Okay. So you are telling that policies can be changed based on the reaction,
Yes,
the
yes,
feedback,
absolutely,
everything we can. Okay.
absolutely, absolutely.
Hmm. Yes, that is.
Okay, Team Nitivikas, I have some questions for you. Like, how do you think employees can be trained to follow and understand these governance policies?
In a team review, if we are reviewing each team, we are implementing this governance in organization. So over there, if we are making them feel the importance of uh, that policy, that how that policy can help their team to perform well. Like discussing and showing them the importance could be the one way which can help people to use that policy.
But my question was, how do you train them? Like, how do you train the employees? Not like, tell them to use the employees. You have to train the employees. How do you do that? Like, there's a policy called POSH in, like, culture, normal employee organizations. You have to actually teach them about POSH policies. So how do you train them?
Yeah, so in terms of training, we can't directly just randomly telling them that this is a very important thing. You just need to follow it. We can't order it, but yeah, we can have one kind of workshop. Like for example, in deep thought, there are few
PDGMS session, other things we do, right? So in this way, we can have a conversation. The objective of that conversation would be making them feel the importance of that particular thing, that how that policy can make them impact in their project, and how it will impact in them individually, personally.
Okay, you answered my question, Disha. I have another question for you, team Niti Vikas. What are the contingencies plan if like the governance policy fails?
Like
Okay, please repeat.
I answered Rishabh's question, like we can always have amendments and modifications. Like in any point of time, whether a certain system breaks down or might have contingencies, we can amend it in favor of the public, or maybe in the favor of the parliament, or maybe the organization, whatever works best of both of them.
Okay, thank you, Niti, team Niti Vikas. If your team Compass, do you have any other questions?
I have a question. Like, for whom these policies are in a company, like for whose benefit or for what these policies are. Uh, Right now, we only talk about employee, like they are not, they don't like, then what will happen, or they should be according to their will. But on a bigger picture, whose benefit and it is for.
So basically, we are impacting by implementing all these policies. We are impacting more than organization, more than more than the employees. Because if employees is working well, they're implementing policies and they're like getting the result. Obviously, organization can able to get the growth, and by that organization, it can also going to be impact beyond that.
Okay, following question, but isn't like the higher ups, the founders, CEOs, CTOs are the one who are running company, and it should be favorable to them as well. Just not focus more on employee, but to them as well.
I
Because
would
they are seeing the bigger picture and they are higher ups, they can see the vision, what their company is going to, and how the employee should uh, go with it and follow them in the in to keep the order of the company.
I would continue on on Disha's answer. Like balance is the key. Mutual benefit is what is like policy made for. And if we tell the maybe the people at the lower level what the company's vision, and what is the company actually working for, and if we are able to make them realize what is this company and what are they guys working for, we can motivate them, and that will and if they work properly, that will eventually benefit the company as well, and will benefit the top management or the company's vision. It works both ways.
Great, thank you.
Team Compass, do you have any questions?
Okay, one question. If a organization is like making a loss or going backward direction, what can we say that it is a policymaker's problem or employee's problem, or what kind of problem we can say that organization have?
Okay, so there are multiple. Yeah.
Yeah, we
So
go.
you
You go ahead.
you go for it. Go for it.
Okay, so a company has multiple departments. Like one is the maybe the HR department, or one is the management department, which is making the policy. One is the marketing department, and any a fault or a problem in any of the department can hamper a company's progress or company's growth. We cannot straight up tell that if company is not doing well, it is the problem of the policymakers. It can happen at the execution level. It can happen at the strategic level. It can happen at any department or any level of the company. One has to realize, the management has to realize that where this problem is eventually coming up and what steps can be taken to bring it down. It can happen at any department or any level of the organization. It is not just dependent on the policies.
Okay, a follow-up question. So you mentioned all these kind of departments, right? So in a in an organization, which department is supposed to make these policies then? Like in an organization, there is a CEO, CTOs, managers and everything. So who is supposed to and how they are supposed to make these policies?
The top management actually is responsible, maybe the CTOs or the CXO level people, and maybe the directors or the upper management, and they because actually can see the vision of the company where this company should go ahead and what actual implementation and process workflows and systems should be followed. They can help in the broader vision, and they can actually communicate with the people at the lower level of what they can do or they are comfortable in doing. And a common point can be achieved which can benefit both of the people at the upper management and the common working people. uh, a common point can be achieved, and those according to that policies can be made.
Okay. Okay. All right.
I have a
Like I was in when LIS lab and this thing, the internal STs were coming up. We had a talk with Tarun, and we had a talk with the the team leaders and all, and we saw this thing was there ki people are not actively participating in the STs, and that is the upper management thing, like what I was doing. And then we had to go to various labs and ask them ki what is your problem, like actually what bottlenecks are you facing, why are you not coming up in the STs, and why is no active participation being seen in the STs? And then we had this key, yes, this thing can be implemented. More STs can be done within the TT, which actually like is passed and approved by the upper management and is also okay and being like okay with the people, the members of the TT within. And yes, this is actually an example of how policies can be implemented. We had then the internal STs, like what you see in Tuesdays and Thursdays, maybe like the half an hour sessions. So yeah, that's how policies actually do get made.
Okay. Yeah, that answer is. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you both the teams. Now, concluding it, I would like some reflections. I'll take 3 reflections from the whole teams, 4 teams.
I would like to give a reflection that policy is nothing without execution or maybe the governance part of it. Like, and it happens vice versa also, that execution also cannot, or maybe the governance also cannot run solely without the policies. We have to maintain a balance between both of these so that our organization or whatever company that we're working in can get benefit and the people can get benefit from it.
I would like to go next. I believe that policies, if used in the right state of mind, can be incredibly beneficial for a growth of any organization, and it's very much essential. Sometimes it might, like people maybe perceive it as wrong or it's limited to the scope, but that's not true. It's about how we are designing the policies. So the how we are designing and how we are implementing the policies, that's very important.
Any other reflections?
Yes, I would like to go next. So, on the similar note, I would like to mention that definitely how we are visualizing our goals and how we are aligning this with our rules and policies, or overall the policies, that is very important. And if we are able to make the alignment properly, like Rules are basically the small steps for achieving the longer terms of visions, like the policy. So if we are making the alignment properly, then it will definitely give us the fruitful results for the long term. Thank you.
Yeah, very true, Devanjana. Thank you so much. Now, I would like some other reflections from the people who were not in the SD, who were watching Meta SD. Anyone who want to reflect on what you get from it, what insights, what were your thought throughout the SD? Anyone can reflect on the today's SD.
Oh, yeah, I'd like to reflect. So, when we talk about governance and policies, so it's about even in the organizations, policies are very important so that some ground rules are set for everyone and the quality of all of the content or whatever work we are doing can be maintained. Like we talked about weekly reviews and how reviews are very important and they can act as a policy so that the content that is being made or the deliverables that are being executed, we have the assurance that they are executed well and everything is going well in the organization.
Thank you, Ashita. I agree. Review can play a role where it's the policies are which are implemented are doing right, or people are happy with it. Everything is in order or not. It is very important. Any other reflections?
Yes, may I?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I think I realize that policies are not meant to restrict freedom, but to create order and mutual respect, right? They act as a bridge between the organization goal and employees. Well-being, a company with clear, fair, and regularly updated policy is more likely to enjoy positive work like culture, higher retention, and strong ethical standards.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sanjay. Any other reflections? One last reflection. Anyone who want to reflect what your thought on this governance and policies?
Yeah, so I will go next. So what I noticed is that when I was discussing in my breakout room with everyone, we noticed that policies cannot be made in just one day and can be changed in one day. They need to put a lot of thought into it when creating a policy, because we have to think of a rule that cannot discriminate anyone and cannot come as an offensive way. So when creating a policy or when updating a policy, we have to, like Yashita said, we have to take reviews from different peoples and update the policy, right? But before that, when creating a policy, we also have to keep in mind that this should not come as offensive, or also this cannot be used in an opposite way, basically in not a good way, right? In a bad way, because there are many policies or many rules that are in government that are being used right now as in bad way. So when creating or updating a policy, we have to keep in mind the reviews and the checks that it passes.
Right. Thank you so much, Shubham. Now, thank you so much, everyone, for today's SG. Thank you so much.